Hi, I'm Steve. This is Dennis. Today we're going to compare two revolutionary machines, the LG All-in-One versus the GE UltraFast. We're going to go over pros and cons of each. What do you think?
Well, I like the new LG. Now, it's just hit the market, but I like, there's some features I like. One, physically, I like the physical size. It's less tall. There are some caveats there, which I'm sure you're about to point out on the size of it. But I do like the app. I think the app's intuitive. I think it gives you a lot of usability. And, you know, I think aesthetically, which is part of it, I think it's there. And long term, I'm real curious because LG's always really dominated a lot of the top spots in front load laundry.
Most reliable front load laundry we've had in the last 4 years. In fact, the most reliable appliance you could buy at Yale over the last 5 years is an LG washer. So,
yeah.
But a combo's a totally different story, right?
It is. It's one we normally never liked, actually.
Neither one of it. We don't agree on anything, but we agreed on like not selling combos because the lint would get in the middle and it would be just an impossible service call. And we have to service what we sell, and it would be like a total loss and nightmare for us. First of all, kudos to both these manufacturers for creating something that I think people want. They want to be able to put it in the wash and go to sleep and have it clean and dry, right? I mean, ideally, and not transferring over in the middle of the night. I think it's great. I think there's a lot of similarities in terms of internal cubic footage. It's 5 cubic feet versus 4.8 for GE. They both have an auto dispenser. GE uses 32 load. LG uses 31 load. So, you know, you never have to guess for detergent. I think that's good too. I think they both heat pump drying. Heat pump is better, right? Because it operates in lower temperatures. It's ventless, so you don't have to make a hole outside your house. You don't have to clean a vent again. You know, and the heat pump has been around since 1856, so it took us a long time to get here, but we're here. That said, I think from my standpoint, you talk about LG dimensions, and it is shorter and it is better. But unbeknownst to a lot of people,
I knew this was coming.
It does require, you have to go on the questions and answers on LG's website, because I haven't seen it in the manual. It does require 4 inches of depth. So you need almost 38 inches of depth to support it. And I'm not sure that fits in many closets.
Yeah, you've touched on this on other blogs you've done and video posts where you talk about making sure, probably I would say anyone designing a space doesn't design for just a single all-in-one. If it's a second machine, great. But even if it's your only machine, make sure you still plan for the space of potentially putting a washer and dryer in there. God forbid you don't like it or you don't like how it performs. Makes sense.
Yeah. And you know, if you like LG, I mean, there's a lot to like. I mean, you're going to talk about AIDD and, you know, it senses the weight and the fabric, and for the better wash, 30 cycles. I mean, my mom had 3. Yeah. Somehow she got by. 18 options, every wash, rinse temperature. You know, GE's only has 12 cycles and a few different options. But, you know, you talk about the app. The LG app is super robust. I mean, you can pretty much pick and choose and select and make your own. But GE's has got the better service app. So somebody coming in that has problems, they'll be able to pinpoint what the problem is much easier with the GE. So what else?
Yeah, I mean, AIDD, we touch on that, but just so people watching understand that, it's pretty great app. I could use that. I've been yelled at for putting cocktail dresses. Apparently they don't go in the wash machine or dryer so well and things like that. I'm a classic grab it all and throw it in there. And honestly, the AI technology in that, sensing the fabric and the restriction against the tub and whatnot, really helping you pick the right amount of detergent, the right load, it really takes the guesswork out of it all. So I'm a big fan of that AI, and it's a hot topic right now. Who doesn't love AI? We all talk about it.
That said, well, it's predictive analytics, yeah. But that said, the GE was faster on 3 of the 4 tests. Now, whether AIDD will catch up or something like that, GE was faster on, I think, everything but colors, I want to say, or whites. But we have that in our blog post. But GE was faster than the LG somewhat significantly in some of our tests, and especially did a better job with the bedding. Again, I think with the AIDD, when we did it in the wash tower, if you want something totally dry, and you never get bedding that's totally dry, it lasts like forever. It was like 4 or 5 hour cycle. So
You know, the one thing I will give you too on the GE side for sure is the warranty is slightly better as well.
Not slightly.
Yeah. I knew you were going to say
Not
that.
slightly. It's 5 years in the sealed system. Problem is like, you know, again, they both have lint filters, right? LG's on the top, GE is on the front, but nobody can tell you, not us, not any of the other, and we have 35 repair techs, and we'll do 37,000 service calls. Hopefully this won't add to that load, but no one can tell you how this will, in 5 years, what does this look like? I mean, if a little bit lint per cycle gets in, what does that look like in 5 years? And you do have a 5-year sealed system warranty, and G is a lot easier. You know, we had our senior tech Butch. He took them both apart. G's better on that side too. But you get a 5-year warranty on the G, and G does have better service than LG. They have a better service umbrella, but you got to check in your area because, you know, umbrellas can get kind of leaky in certain places. So you have got to make sure that, you know, a 5-year warranty is great, but what is the labor charge to that? That's kind of the out for a lot of people. So
I think it is safe to finally say that when you do these all-in-ones, because we get a lot of feedback on this, it's just, you really want to think about how you use your current washer dryer if you have one, and make sure that it's a right fit. It can be a great fit for people. And if you maintain them well and do the things that it requires to do, changing that, cleaning that filter all the time, even rinsing it off every 10 cycles like it says to do, and really maintain it with the right expectation, they can be great units in concept. But again, we need longevity because that's what we base everything on. But out of the gate, I'm still really excited. I think this is a great way to go.
I think that basically the other thing is, if you're not on top of that filter, cleaning the filter every time, I know G says every 5th, LG says every time.
Yep.
I wouldn't buy one of these.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. I'd get it separate. And the other thing is with combos is it's a washer and dryer cycle. So if you've got a lot of laundry, right? The one thing you can do with a separate washer and dryer is put it in, and it's a 32-minute wash cycle, 32, 45, whatever it is. And then you put it in the dryer, and then you put another wash in. Right. You can't do that with either one of these machines. You're in for 2 hours. I think it's 2 hours and 8 minutes to, 3:30 average cycle, whereas you can do multiple loads in a side-by-side. That said, what do you think?
Well, listen, I'm sticking to my guns. I'm going to give the new guy a chance here, LG.
Yeah, I just think for most people that you're buying from dealers that don't service what they sell, I just think G is a good hedge for that. I don't think the difference in performance, I think they both perform well. They both clean chocolate milk from the stains that we had, but I still think, and again, a lot of it's price. I mean, G was $25.52 when we filmed, then it became $22.95, but LG's $19.95. So there's a $300 to $500 delta in there too. So that certainly is a consideration. But I still, for newer technology, I like the service and the warranty of the G better. But to your point, I think LG is more user friendly. They've got a better, they are the most reliable washers we sell. So hopefully.
So much like the 24 years we've been together here, we probably won't agree on this again.
Won't agree. Definitely. That's why I have Fran doing this stuff.
Yes,
right? Not you.
Probably the better host. I'm just happy to be here.
All right, so if you like this video, click to subscribe, and we'll provide more content like this in the future. And thanks for watching.